You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Hello, Al. How you doing?
Good. And yourself, Irene?
Good. A little bit exhausted. It's been a bit of a crazy day, which is why we're broadcasting it, a little bit late. Well, 2.5 hours late, 2:45. T.H.C. talk time. Sometimes family things come up that just demand our attention in the moment, right?
That's right.
And,
exactly.
Fortunately, being entrepreneurs that we are, or canapreneurs, we have the luxury of affording ourselves this little opportunity to take the time, be a little bit late on the subject.
That's right. Family situations, like you said, that's what you're running into, and they come first. And
absolutely.
By all means, you got to delay things. You delay things, and we're still getting your show out today. And going to make some announcements in the process.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't want to miss the show because, yes, took care of the family issue. You're absolutely right. They come first. We took care of that, but we wanted to get this information out because we've got some really exciting things coming up in the very near future. We have a contest that we're going to announce. We're going to share the details of this beautiful instrument called the Shatterizer. Hopefully we'll have those people on our show in the very near future, the designers of that. And we'll talk a little bit about what T.H.C. Talk Time is supposed to be about. So I'm looking at visiting a few more dispensaries and getting enough footage together. That in itself is a little bit of a chore.
I imagine it is because so many, because the laws are so new, the regulations and all that in the Cannabis Act when it comes to the stores, people are still feeling them out.
Yes.
And I know myself, I've gone in and I've talked to a couple stores near me, and I've asked them about someone coming in and talking to them and doing an interview, and what I'm hearing is I have to talk to my higher ups.
Yeah, they want to check with head office because I think originally when all of the regulations came out, some of them were really confusing. When it came to advertising, at one point in time, the regulation said your sign, the image in your sign, your advertising cannot invoke an emotion. Okay, that's damn near impossible. And so, of course, it was reworded later, but initially that's how it was worded. So there's a lot of confusion in the regulation. And let's face it, if you fought this hard to get into the legal market and to get a dispensary open, you don't want a simple interview. You want to make sure all of your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted for sure, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And again, I would not want to impose on just the staff, the bud tenders. Those that I've talked to are all excited. They can't wait. Managers are super excited. It's like, okay, when are you going to be back in town? When can we set up for this? We'll make sure the store is ready. And, so everybody's excited. And here's the thing. There's still a lot. And I didn't realize how much of a stigma was still attached.
Yeah. It's almost 100 years of stigma. 90 to 100 years. Who's counting that when they're that close? It's not going to go away overnight. And 3 years later, we're going to be at this for several years, I believe. Several more years.
Yeah, and I guess just because my circle is so it's so cannabis oriented, right? I don't realize the stigma or the archaic attitude that is still in existence. So that's kind of interesting for me, and especially talking to some of the patrons in different dispensaries, and some of them are looking forward to the days that I'm going to be there. So some of these stores are going to announce to their patrons that, oh, by the way, Green Irene or Pace Radio will be here on such and such a day or during such a time. And the few people I've talked to already that I've got a little bit of footage put together, they're excited about learning more about what the different dispensaries have to offer, what's different from one to the other. And
it'd be a way of letting people know. Like obviously the insides of the stores, they all get their products from the same distributor, the ACGO, but the fact that they can choose different products. Not all the stores carry the same products, right?
Exactly. And I think that's going to be interesting to find out what was the deciding factors, because I'm sure there's a multitude. And for licensed producers, this is very valuable information. What was the deciding factor? Is it, I'm curious, is it packaging?
You'll also be able to talk to them about what the process was, and how, when it comes to being accepted in the community, how it has been, to what they went through when the municipality might have put up a bit of a fight. Who knows?
And then having COVID for some stores. I know one store was, they were staged to open up 3 days after COVID had been announced. So, of course, they couldn't open.
Yeah.
And, it's taken them some recovery time, but it looks like they've just opened, and that's in the Durham region. So I'm looking forward to interviewing them as well.
I think maybe the sun is setting behind you, because as you move, you can see it on the screen. The little flashes on the screen. Where you block it. Now go the other way. Go the other way.
This way.
It's all in around your head. So
let's try this. How's that?
That's a little better. That's a little better. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I also had a bit of cooperation from a cloud though too, because
Yes, and the road is cooperating as well. The street below, yeah.
Thankfully, that doesn't always happen, as you're very well aware. So we also have some other exciting news that we wanted to share. Al, do we want to share our contest information now?
Yes,
okay.
we will share. We can share our contest information.
Excellent.
And first, what we'll do? How about we run the commercial the commercial or the promo? I'm going to call it a promo because it's going to run as a promo as well. And here we go.
Okay.
There you go. It's a contest. Yeah, it's a contest on guessing how much yield I can get off of this cannabis plant. Now, the story behind the plant is at the website, but I'll give you some information on it. And that is that for 10 years, I grew this strain called Humber Valley Kush that I got off of a friend that was from Humber Valley area of Toronto, and I got the clones from him, and I grew it for 10 years. The strain came in third at the Treating Yourself Expo for the company end of the cup, and it was a fantastic strain. I really enjoyed it. It was great medicinally for me. The taste was great. I was in a circle of 14 people on the way to the Supreme Court of Canada, and we got off the bus. The four of us were in that circle, and my joint was the only one that got asked, "What is this?" Oh. And I thought, wow, all these people smoking doobies, you just want to know about mine, right?
Nice.
So great. So over the years, it was, things been great with it and the whole bit, and then I ended up losing it, and I didn't have it anymore.
Oh.
And 8 years earlier, a friend of mine by the name of Glenn Prentice, who's now a fellow reefer reporter here on the network, I gave it to him, in hope that, who knows, someday I might need it back, and who knows, maybe he'll be growing it, right?
Yeah.
So I posted something about being lost, and his son got a hold of me and said that, hey, Dad still has that. I said, what? So I reached out to Glenn, and he said, yeah, he still had it. and the timing worked out great because he had to come here to Ontario for a wedding. So he had to drive up. We drove up here, and in the process, he dropped off some clones for me.
Wonderful. How fantastic is that?
Yeah, I thought, wow. 8 years later, and he's still growing. That just gives you an idea of what this strain is like.
That's
the two of us,
right.
all these years are still growing.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, is that the same strain that you've shared with me in the passing? Oh, okay, because that was very good too.
I can tell you it's from the same breeder. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Same breeder.
Very cool.
So this was in July when they arrived. So obviously, for the clones to root and to grow and all that, to get them out this year in any realistic early enough time to produce, like a regular sized plant,
right?
There was no chance that was going to happen. So I thought, well, I want to throw one out anyways, just so I can, get that taste back again and its medicinal effect, and celebrate that I got it back after, some time away from me.
Exactly. Very cool. So you put it in the ground. You took a screenshot of the date and time that you put it in.
Correct, which was August the 12th, as everybody saw, and it was 8:35 p.m. when I put it into the ground. It's got some horse shit around it, and I've been feeding it organic dry nutrients, Gaia Green organic foods. And it's growing. Those pictures are very deceiving, okay? But those are the early pictures. And it wouldn't be right for me to keep updating the pictures, because the people who want to get involved in the contest and want to guess the dry yield will be of this plant.
That's right.
It's not fair to those early people. So I'm just going to throw up just the pictures that are there. Now,
right.
If as the video shows, go to paceradio.net in order to learn more information. Okay. On the paceradio.net website, on the page is a link, 3 spots where people can go to the web page that I created for this plant. All right. And all the information is there on, what I've fed it and when it went in the ground and so on and so forth. And there's a form there that people can just put their guess on the form, put their name and, even if it's this first name and a contact email address and a guess, and send it in. I'll get that and keep track of all the guesses. And if we get more than one correct answer, then, all those winners will go into a bowl and we'll pull out an actual winner. If there's multiple correct answers, right?
Okay. And so are you looking for as close to or dead on, right?
Well, as close to as possible, dead on would be great.
Okay.
Decimal points count. All right.
Okay.
So like if you think it's going to be like 5.23 pounds, then or 5.23 grams, I don't think it's going to be the pounds ends of things, but
wouldn't that be lovely?
Cross your fingers and hope so.
Get out there and start doing a whole lot of praying, right? To the
exactly.
Pardon me. Very cool.
But it was something it just came up to mind. I thought, geez, let's do something with little plants out there. And in the past, I've talked to lots of patients over the years. I've put plants in the ground in July, and still been happy with what I got off the plant. Because a lot of people, they're stuck on the May 2-4 weekend. Got to get it on the May 2-4 weekend, and there's nothing wrong with June. You're not going to get any frost.
That's right. And different farmers have different opinions. Some say don't put it in until after the first full moon in June. And I think some of these rules do apply depending on where you live. Up in Timmins, I sure as hell wouldn't be putting anything in the ground May 2-4 weekend, way up in the north.
Rural's moved up there.
Right.
Bay,
yeah, like he's
on the ground.
He's looking for Santa. He's looking for the North Pole up there.
That's what I told him. How's Santa?
There you go. Yeah, because it really is up in the middle of nowhere, and it's cold. The further
Yeah.
north you go, the colder it gets. So again, it depends when you put them in the ground. I think really does depend on your region.
Yeah, exactly. It does. So it's in there. I've been watering. It's growing. It's in bloom. It's doing its thing. Okay.
Excellent.
So because I'm doing this contest, I got some prizes that people can win
Yes.
as well. Okay.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll put the link to that page in our comments section.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, paceradio.net. I'm sending people there just to make it easy instead of trying to give them a great big long address, the yeild contract. So paceradio.net, just click on the link right there, and it takes you to everything. You can't miss it because there's the pictures of the plants.
Perfect. Yes, it's very clear. It's very spelled out clearly for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some stuff that people can win.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see these. Here, let's get back. We're gonna just put you straight up in the camera here.
Okay.
And let's see if we can blow that up.
Oh,
very nice.
TY jars, TY Expo jars. Okay, you can write your strain on the back. And yes, these are 10 years old. They've been around for a long time because that's the last time the expo was.
Oh,
wow. Sealed. Okay.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Perfect. I did. We did.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that seal, is there? Okay.
Nope.
There's a case of these.
So there's 12 in a case? 12 in a case?
Yeah, 12 in a case. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And maybe if I get two people with the exact answer, or if someone gets an exact answer, who knows? Maybe I'll throw an extra case of these in. I can do that.
Okay, very cool.
All right.
Well, there you go.
So you could end up with two cases. Who knows?
A case each. There we go.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. What else have we got
here? All right. Green envelope. We got some
Dr. Buck's. Nice. That's an amazing salve, eh? Have you tried that salve?
Yes.
It's very nice salve.
Yes. Yeah. Hand and hoof. He's got the deer buck, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hand and hoof. You'll see here. He's got no THC in it. It's CBD.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got on the back. He's got the listing of all the ingredients. There we go. Let's see if I can get
right.
That. All right, got a listing of all the ingredients. You can see them all there. Plus, you can see there's the QR code there.
Mm-hmm.
Scan that, and you get the test results.
Oh, very good. How beautiful is that? You get the lab results.
Get the lab results.
Very cool.
We're always saying test products. So I tested down at Legacy 420.
Yep.
And you can get the lab results.
Very cool. Now I happen to know
firsthand. You can't get lab results on the back, so it's I think it's a very handy thing to have.
Oh, I love the QR codes. I think they're fantastic for that. Exactly, to give out that much excess information. I was also going to say that salve happens to be very, very good. I have a friend who had a lot of issues with their heels, wearing construction boots all the time, and started to use that salve, and it's made the world a difference for them.
It does, eh? Well, yes. I'm glad that it helps.
Yeah. The real.
I brought you back in just because we were talking
more.
I
see that. I'm glad I wasn't like adjusting my hairdo or.
That was got a feminine voice. So some salves. All right. Now.
Very nice.
We're not done yet. There yet. Okay. I'm gonna move you away again.
Okay.
All right. We got some oil slick. These are little. Are you still there, Irene?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out what they are. Yeah.
I just make sure I didn't put you in the lobby. That's all. Okay. Some oil slick. So what's an oil slick? They're mini balls. And what's inside there is you can put your concentrates inside those things.
Oh, how beautiful is that?
Yeah.
So I guess they're made of what's that material called? Not silicone. Right. So okay, very good. So your stuff doesn't stick in there. You can
I've had stuff given to me over the years, and some of it just I haven't done anything with it, but its goal is to give it away, whether I gave it away at a grow up tournament or some other way. This was given to me quite a while ago, actually, from the Camelford Lifestyle Shop for a grow up tournament, and I haven't had a tournament in 2 years. So I've had these for a couple of years, and I didn't keep them for myself. I'm giving them away.
Right. Yes, I just found my swag giveaway box recently, and it's like, wow, I forgot I had all this stuff, and it's all to give away,
Yeah, it was stuff to give away, and I wasn't having the tournaments anymore because of the COVID thing. So hey, somebody might win it in this contest instead, right?
Very cool. Guess how much yield will come off that plant? Humber Valley, you called her, right?
Yes. Humber Valley Kush is what it is. All right. Now, so we've got the jars, we've got the all slick cans there, whatever you want to call them. Oh, yeah. We got a paste mug.
I love the paste mug. Yes.
Paste mug.
Very cool. Very cool. Coffee mug, because it's all about coffee and cannabis.
Coffee and cannabis. That's right. Tamara will tell you about that.
Well, I had a song made years ago, and it kind of goes along like, we'll play it another time. But yeah, coffee and cannabis. Trailers for sale or rent is the tune behind it. But it was cool.
Exactly. Now, this next gift towards me and the network was this one here. Rebirth. This is a book, okay? Something that you hold and read. It's not an electronic device, okay?
Right.
This is a paperback that you can flip through and read the whole bit. As you can see, it's called Rebirth. And it says Elements Growth Guide to Integrating Psychedelics. All right.
Yes.
And it's by, you want to say Ashley Michaud?
Nope, that's from Ashley Michaud.
Michaud, okay.
Michaud.
See? Yeah. She told me it was hard to people get her name wrong.
Well, it's we enunciate it with the French version, right? Which is Michaud. And so kind of like Michaud.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Because the reason for me it's good to know is tomorrow night on the Pace Radio Show, Ashley is our guest.
Oh, so fantastic.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about her book, and we've been talking about everything around that, all the stuff that she's doing. Here, I'll just read a little bit of it. She coaches globally and is the founder of the Elemental Growth. She places a strong focus on the integration of indigenous plant medicines for healing and recovery, encouraging clients to explore the tools and modalities that help them carry out their purpose on the earth. Elemental Growth is an integration program at the forefront of the field, designed by nature and experience and expertise in nutrition, coaching, hormone health, and the energy work. And she's going to be talking psychedelics and herbs and education and information. It's all inside this book.
Fantastic. Yes. I've got a copy of the book. I haven't even had a chance to flip through it yet, but I'm looking forward to that interview tomorrow night. So that's tomorrow night on the Pace Radio Show at 8 p.m., right?
At 8 p.m. Be live right here on the Pace Radio Network, as well as our YouTube channel and a bunch of other Facebook locations, Twitter as well. It'll be on there. So I'm really looking forward to talking to Ashley about all this and see what else comes up during the conversation.
Excellent. Psychedelics are really starting to they're certainly following suit along the legalization route as what cannabis took. And I'm looking forward to hearing all the information. I myself do not know anything when it comes to psychedelics. I don't have experience. I don't have any learnings I'm only starting to have understandings. So I am looking forward to that interview and hearing everything she has to say, as well as getting myself into the book as well. What we could do, Al, if you'd like, we can cut to break, and maybe when we return, we can talk about Shatterizer.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
And responsible consumption. And that kind of fits, especially right after the whole psychedelic thing, right? It is about responsible consumption. We're not out here all running around going, woo, because of psychedelics. Okay. There's a lot of positives to using them.
Correct.
So, okay, so let's cut to break. And when we return, we will be opening the Shatterizer bubbler and sharing with you the experience of using that wonderful tool.
See you in a minute.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Growing your own cannabis is easier than you think. Whether you're growing for recreational or medical purposes, BMA Hydroponics has everything you need to succeed. From the standard 4-plant recreational systems to the latest cutting-edge hydroponic equipment, BMA can customize your package and do it at discount prices. Visit BMA Hydroponics at 404 Maitland Drive in Belleville and ask us for a free estimate. Or call 613-967-9888 and we will give you an estimate over the phone.
The only way to go.
In February of 2022, the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club and Ted Smith were fined $6.5 million. This for helping 8,500 patients with access to medical cannabis. In our interview with Ted, he spoke to us about how people can donate to help in an upcoming court challenge. And here is part of that interview. From what I've seen lately, I believe that you've got something that you're trying to do as far as fundraising to deal with this next court challenge.
For now, people can write checks directly to Jack Lloyd Law Corporation or send e-transfers to savethevcbc@gmail.com. I guess those are the two easiest ways for people to help right now.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Did you know that the Pace Radio Network isn't just a radio network? That's right, because most, but not all of our programming is now done via video and is then podcasted at paceradio.net. So if you want to watch our programming, you'll find us on the Pace Radio Network's Facebook page, plus the show's own page, and you'll find us live on the network's YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can find it all, video and audio, at paceradio.net.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
And we're back. I was following the numbers.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Before we get into the second half of the show here, can I play the video one more time?
Oh, absolutely. Let's.
And then we'll play it again at the end. How's that? Okay.
That sounds fantastic. I'd like to see as many people get in on this opportunity as can. Those are some great prizes.
Yeah, and there might be people who's joining in afterwards who didn't catch the beginning. So.
That's right. That's right.
There we go.
All right.
There you go.
Excellent. Paceradio.net.
That's right. Go there, get yourself into the contest and win some prizes. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to add to them over time. So,
yeah, you know what? It sure would be nice to put together a really nice big. I mean, that's a beautiful package as it is to win.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think we're going to have a lot more contests coming in the near future because, again, myself as well, inclusive, I've got a significant amount of swag. I've got T-shirts and hats and necklaces. I've got Yeah, it's just insane. I think I might even have some jars too. Not as nice as those ones though. I love that pop.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, see, pop it again.
Whoa! I hit my elbow.
Oh, it's not so funny, is it? Oh, there you go. See, but it did. It popped nice and loud for us on sound. That's awesome. Excellent. Excellent. So yeah, get in on that contest at paceradio.net. There's 3 different spots that you can't miss it. You cannot miss the contest entry link. And fill out the form, check out the details, fill out the form, and win yourself a really nice prize package.
That's right. Exactly. Okay. And everything there we can just throw in the mail and mail it away.
That's right. It's a nice, easy package to send out without any concerns of IDs or anything like that. There's, it's a good package. Excellent.
That's great. All right. Super. Excellent. All right. On to the next section.
Okay. So there's 2 things I wanted to discuss for the second part. First and foremost, I really want to point out to a lot of listeners and a lot of our audience that was paying attention in the last 4 to 6 weeks. I'm always promoting health and wellness and responsible consumption for medical therapeutic uses. And I'm always prescribing very little dosages to get started. And here I am out overindulging for the last 6 weeks.
Yes, but you're doing research.
Exactly. To some degree, it's research, and to the other, and on the other side of the coin, it's a hard job. Somebody has to do it. This is actually, it's that season, that time, karma season, the season of the competition. Where I'm involved in the judging and I'm going to these events, that sort of thing. This is my reward for all the work that I do throughout the year, right? So even though we're live broadcasting for a little bit of that, I then allow myself to just chill and enjoy and everything else after I figured out who has what and what's where and that sort of thing. So I don't, and as most of our listeners can probably hear, I've got that little bit of a cough and I've got that little bit of a, the voice thing, and that's overindulgence. Now, I am blessed because, and you have one as well, I have this handy dandy, fantastic little machine that has come in handy in so many times, in so many ways. Every time I've got one of these, I'm not giving this one away, but every time I've gotten one of these, I end up giving it away because the last time it was a patient who was at that point in time 81 years old, and she just loved being able to take her CBD this way. She didn't have the whole COPD cough that was associated. She was able to do 1 to 2 hits because it is a concentrate, so you don't get all that extra flower material. And she was thrilled with it. So for our audience, what we're talking about is the Shatterizer. I'll show the Shatterizer if you want to show the bubbler part.
Sure, sounds good. Got it ready right here. Got it right in my hand.
Awesome. And I already have. So I wanted to show this in separate parts. I actually made a video for it, and I'm just now realizing I forgot to upload it.
Oh.
But so the Shatterizer itself comes with, your little battery pack, and you put your chambers in.
Which is bigger than the original Shatterizer.
Yes.
Battery? Yeah, it is
right.
bigger.
And the reason it's bigger is because of what you're going to show us. But it still works with the old style globe that just sits on there. Yeah. So we're currently, Al, I have inside of my triple heater coil, and it's quartz. I have CBD today because I am going back to a therapeutic dosage of my cannabis so that it can start doing its job more effectively instead of having me destroy it. Yeah. So
you mentioned the triple coil there, but you also get a couple others in there too.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's the double quartz core. So there's the quartz triple coil, and then there's the quartz double coil. Yeah. Now I find the triple coil works fantastically well for the shatter with the bubbler, which you're going to show us. With the standard bubble here, this little thing that is magnetic on the bottom, this is great for carrying your shatter or your wax or your daily dose if you're heading down to the beach like I did this morning to watch the sunrise. And it's got a dual core, which is fantastic, especially for someone like me on a day like today or in the coming weekdays in which I am restricting my consumption. And if I should have a flare up, even though I'm only using CBD, should I have some sort of pain flare up, I do have a quick backup, can take a quick puff. I can keep my product separate. I know which is THC and which is CBD.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that just fits on there. Now, I normally will carry this on a lanyard when I'm down at the beach or what have you. And it's perfect clouds.
There you go.
And I'm outside in the wind, and look at that cloud that went up there.
It was perfect.
It was. I love perfect clouds. I love the Shatterizer. It's a fantastic tool. And I don't know about you, but I am loving this new desktop stand.
Dual purpose. It's portable, but yet with the base, you can stand it right up on your desktop.
Exactly, and it's not falling down anywhere. So I'm waving at the bee. He's saying, "Ooh, that smells sweet." But yeah, it's perfect, right? And it's not tipping over in your shatter or your oil or wax or what have you. Isn't
running. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing I like about it too is the problem I have with the first one was it was always hard to see that little light that was in there, but they solved that.
Yes.
Right, because now the light is up at the top.
That's right. So now
you can see a bit of a green glow there.
We can, yes. And so now, actually, when you're taking your inhale, you can actually see the glow without having to look for it under your finger or around. Yes. And I have found that the battery really is lasting a length of time. Like it's bigger. Oh, right. I didn't do that, Mathal.
It's bigger, so it's gonna last longer. You know, they need the extra power to run the light, but it's a bigger battery, so it lasts longer. And if you get them on the show for an interview, you can ask them how many times that they can, hit this thing before the battery goes low.
Well, in here, in your little kit, the kit is really well put together. Absolutely love it. All these pieces come apart. There's a nice little dab stick that goes in here. There's, the battery. There's the globe for your just without the bubbler. And then there's the bubbler, which I'll let you demonstrate. Our desktop stand, of course. This is your extra carry along that fits magnetically on the bottom of your Shatterizer. And of course, your dual coils go in there. There's also a nice little pocket up here, which holds both the book, and I love reading manuals. I know I'm a weirdo. Blame my grandfather. He does that. And and then there's a couple of extra parts, like a couple of little extra O-rings that'll fit on when these ones get worn out and stuff. And of course, your charging cord for the battery, right?
Yeah, nice and long cord. Nice long cord on it.
It is. And I love that because when I was heading up north recently up to see Papa, of course, and a girlfriend's birthday. And Papa says hi to everybody out there. 97, still going strong.
Still going, man.
Yeah.
Hi, Papa.
Yeah, he's an amazing man. And he's got skin cancer now on the top of his head, right? So, and he told the doctor, no, let's not worry about burning that out just yet. My granddaughter's got some cannabis cream she can help me with. So he's been applying that, which is wonderful, right? Yeah. And why wouldn't you? So I imagine it would say in here. Now I keep mine on high, which is actually 30 watts, and that's 4.2 volts. That's pretty impressive for a battery, right?
Yeah.
And now how long that would actually last, I'm not really sure. And they haven't identified it. I thought they might have in the manual, but
yeah. Well, it all comes down to how long people hold it for.
Right. That would certainly have influence. So did you want to show us how the bubbler part works? Have you got it all set up?
Yeah, with a bubbler, it's pretty easy. You just pour some water down inside it. It goes into it. There's a chamber here.
Yeah.
There's a chamber where you can see the water right
Yeah.
there. Right.
Perfect.
And you just pour it in there. You hit your button. There's a percolator built in there. And done.
Look at that. Perfect clouds. Perfect clouds.
Cloud. Just so you know, that is some freshly squeezed rosin of the Grape Escape plant that you can see in the screenshot that I used in that video.
Okay.
The time and the date of the plant went in the ground. There's a bud in the shot, right? And
That's
that
right.
bud is Grape Escape. That was the stuff that you've tried there when I was down visiting you.
Okay,
and that's what's inside my shadowizer. Right
Oh,
now.
wonderful. And that is very tasty. I bet you as a live rosin, that would be wonderfully tasty.
It is.
I love I love the fresh terps and I love live rosin. It's just got it's like finding a good wine. When you find a good cannabis in live rosin, it's like, oh, I just want more. It's like velvet on your tongue. It's a good thing I never got into drugs and stuff. I just so definitely the Shadowizer, and ideally, Al, I'm going to be able to have Val or Matt or one of their representatives in the very near future on the show to talk a little bit more about this, to show us how to actually fill it, because there is a little bit of an art and a trick to putting the water in. You got to kind of do it upside down and yada yada, but the instructions are so easy, and it's less than 3 mils of water, less than 3 millimeters of water.
Yeah, so, they even tell you how high to fill it as far as the lettering. Because I see the lettering on the say Shadowizer, right?
That's right. So yeah, they say once it's in there. So basically what we're doing is you take this little lip piece off, and that just mine's filthy because I've been using it. I use it at night. I've been using the heavier shatter.
I can tell you I didn't polish mine before the show either. So
no, okay, there. So I don't feel so bad. All right. So basically you just pop your little mouthpiece out, you flip it upside down, you pour just a little bit of water. Yeah. Just a little bit of water in, it kind of fills up, and you go, okay, cool. And you flip it upside down, suck it up first, and that'll pull it up into the chamber inside, because I don't know how easy that is. Oh, there, see? Okay, so that red thing there, that's the chamber inside. So when you suck it up, you're actually sucking the water up. It'll end up right here between the letters of I and Z. That's where the water line will go. And then you just go and blow out the rest, and then you're golden. Dry that little piece in here with a little, I used a paper towel and went, okay, pop that on, and hit my Shadowizer, and away I went. Perfect clouds right afterwards. It was lovely.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes. And I've been using.
They have videos on how to do how to put the water in, and videos on how to clean it.
That's right. And the cleaning part is, honestly, don't bother trying to do it yourself. Watch the video first. It'll make the world of difference. I tried doing it without watching the video. I thought, who needs a video to know how to clean a... I do. Because as soon as I watched the video, I had it done like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I know a lot of people, and a lot of them are males, that when they get the instructions, they throw them off to the side and figure it out themselves, right? So... there you go. Your lesson learned.
That's right.
It's good to read the instructions.
That's right. And honestly, the video's a 3-minute video or something like that, and it's on the Shadowizer site. And it really does. It only takes just a couple of minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes, to actually clean your globe when you're done using it. And it's so nice to start with a fresh, clean globe. Right. And especially when it comes to a concentrate. So one of the great things about this, you can't use dry herb in it. It's not a dry herb vaporizer. No. What you do want to use it for is your shatter, your wax, your non-butane honey oils. So your cold press hashes could work. That concentrates could work. Rosins, live rosins,
anything on that line.
Diamonds and terps. But all of those things, and I don't know about anybody else, but when it came to Karma Cup, I historically for the judge kits, and same with ICC, the Indigenous Cannabis Cup, and a couple of other times in which somebody said, "Here, try this concentrate." I wasn't comfortable. I'm not a person who's comfortable with the torch and the straw, heating that straw up. And I really wasn't doing it right because as it turned out, I was waiting for that like on a nectar collector to be red hot before I put it up to the concentrate, which is far too hot.
Yeah.
That's way too hot. This is set at the perfect temperatures to release those cannabinoids and the terpenoids.
Like when you're doing those, the nectar collectors and stuff. I think they're great, but it's hard to control the temperature of them. I know that there are some people out there with devices that can help you find out the temperature of those, but having them already preset, and you got to do is push a button.
I love it. And it's so easy to clean, and the chambers and everything every time.
Well, before you go into the mall, or before you go into a store or whatever, you walk down to the store,
right? And and taking and I love the fact that since this company, because I think they're new since 2017 or thereabouts, right?
Yeah, I don't know sure the exact date.
We'll let them tell us the details. But unlike other companies, historically, I've seen that these guys started here, and everything they've done as they evolved into a bigger and better and greater machine or unit, it just is added on. So it's just, you can do this with it. Everything works together. The old coils will still work with the new battery. The old globes still work with everything still fits together. So so you're not getting it and going, oh, well, there's a new one on the market, like cell phones, for example. So you toss the old one and now you got to get a new one, right? It's not like that. Keep this and just keep building on it. I just have to stop giving them away to my clients.
Now you've got one. You're going to keep this one so you can use it.
Yes.
And now that the Karma Cup is over, which was, you had at least weeks there of all that, and in the end, on the PACE website, we've got the videos of the testing as well as the 2 days that we broadcasted there. I think there's probably somewhere around about 10 hours worth of coverage.
That's the
show.
Yeah,
that's there for people to see. So, now that go ahead.
I was just going to say, it was a wonderful event. It was nice to meet a lot of the vendors, a lot of the products that are newer to the market or about to enter the market.
There were some, not only Shadowriser, but there's other companies there that are on the legal market.
Oh, absolutely. Fungi Finder. I mean, this is like weed maps, but this is for the psychedelics, right?
Yeah, for you to identify all kinds of mushrooms, they said.
That's right.
Yeah.
Any kind, and I love lion's mane, the one you found recently on vacation. That's lion's mane. Very, very good for you.
Actually, that photo was a memory photo that came up. I took that picture years ago at Ferris Provincial Park, and that was a massive mushroom on the side of a tree. Everybody said, "Where'd you find that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you find it?" So I told them, I'm assuming, at some point someone either got it or died off, but.
Yeah, it'll come back. The spores, they just keep. Once you find where lion's mane is, as long as it's not over harvested, right?
I know where that is.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's the other great thing about this. I'm not sure if you were aware, but the Shadowriser, because of the volumes of temperatures that are on here, this can also be used for psychedelics and I don't know anything more than what I'm going to tell you right now. But things like, lotus leaf, for example. You can put that in, the lotus leaf oil with your shatter. You can add things like somebody was saying, one of our other co-hosts was mentioning that you could also use a fresh coil for something like DMT or any of these several of these other psychedelics that are being used to help with, things like complex PTSD, right? So again, a much more efficient, discreet, both portable and desktop. I can't brag enough, but if I need a job in the future, I'm going to work for these guys. Okay, guys, if you're ready to give somebody a paycheck, I'm right here.
Tell that. Give Irene a call.
She'll become your new spokesperson.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It really, just much like the volcano, it's one of those tools that I'm really proud to announce to people that this is something that you definitely want to get your hands on. It's worth every penny you spent on it. It'll pay you back in pounds for a penny.
It makes sure helps your product last. So
absolutely.
All right. Anything else?
Do you know? I don't think so, Al. I have a new book coming out, and I will be sharing that, I believe, on our next show. Right. We may be giving away a copy. I'm pretty sure we will be.
You're not trying to shoo those sun rays away, right? You got another bee in
I've
there.
got every time I do.
You're covered in the rays of sunshine.
That's beautiful. I've seen photos like that, and it's like, they're. I'll use one for my meditation, maybe.
Maybe.
But every time I haul on this CBD, which is a concentrate that's in there, and I believe it may not be pure CBD, it's ACDC, which is I think a 50-50, right? But every time I haul on it, the bees, I get 3 or 4 of them start to swarm around me as soon as I let out the vapor.
There you go.
I think because it's so sweet smelling, they're like, "Ooh, right, more nectar." Sorry, dudes.
Right. Okay. Well, shall we play that video one more time?
Please let's.
Say our goodbyes to everybody.
Okay, sounds perfect.
All righty, here I'll bring it up on the screen. And I'll hit the play button.
PaceRadio.net. PaceRadio.net. Well, that really is a cool prize package. You know what? I think whoever wins that is going to be very thrilled. Those jars are amazing, and they're gorgeous. Listen to that, right?
Yeah, there's 12 of them in a case. The winner's going to get a case. If the winner gets it right on, I'm going to throw in an extra case.
Oh, very cool.
There'll be 2 cases. All right. Got a couple of Dr. Buck's hand and hoof salve, QR code on the back, and all the ingredients are listed there as well.
Right.
The code takes you to their test results. All right, so you can see that. Everybody likes a coffee or maybe some hot chocolate over the winter. Maybe some medicated hot chocolate, Irene.
Oh, there you go. Or with green whipped cream.
Yeah, there you go.
Hot chocolate and green whipped cream.
Also, there's a book here. People still read books, okay? Not everybody does things electronically. A book here, Rebirth. It's a book on psychedelics, and it's written by Ashley Michaud, and she's going to be a guest on the Pace Radio Show tomorrow night, Wednesday, 8 p.m.
That's right. That's awesome. I'm looking very forward to tuning into that show, and that is the Pace Radio Show. Also tomorrow at noon, we have the Cannabis and Creative Visualizations, which is a little bit of a strain highlighted, giving you the details about particular strain and my experience with it, a little bit about why we combine cannabis with meditative practices and the history behind that. And then we take a break and, of course, come back and do an actual medicated guided meditation. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful for the midweek. It helps get you through the rest of it, right? And then Tomorrow night's that show. Thursdays, we have Reefer Reporters. Fridays, I'm back with the Fibro Fight series. We're going to start incorporating other conditions and other symptoms, not just focused on fibro. So yeah, because I've been getting a lot of feedback lately going, you know what, I don't have fibromyalgia, but I heard you talking about gastrointestinal challenges and what can we do if that's all our problem is? Oh, well, you know what? So I'm starting to hear these sorts of things. So let's just focus on healing with the herb, right?
Right.
And it's time to do that.
Why not? To do that, it expands. It expands the show. It touches so many conditions that you'll be able to touch on that, people are looking for that information. So I'm glad that you decided to expand the Fibro Fighter, however you want to pronounce it or say it, and add more conditions and benefits to it. Sure.
Well, I think it helps all of our audiences that way. A lot of times if we have a patient who's listening, she or he may have a friend who is suffering something different, but it's still a friend. And it's like all of a sudden, oh, you need to tune in to paceradio.net because we've got you covered.
It's medicinal. Share the information.
And we're people advocating cannabis education. It's all about the education. Information is power. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of misinformation as well as missing information.
Stigma galore still out there, as we've talked before. And people are still looking for spots to find the information. So
that's right.
We don't mind providing it for them.
That's right. We actually enjoy it. And on that note, Al, I think we're just about done. So we're going to probably sign off now.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for joining me today. And thank you so much for sharing that on the show, the details of the contest, right?
Yes. Yeah. I look forward to seeing some of the guests that come in on that. It'll be playing, just so people know the video that you just watched. It's going to be playing on the network just as a promotion. So it's going to be launched twice tonight, 4:20 and 7:10. And I'm sure we'll be sharing it around. And I figure probably middle of October. So it could be in the ground for another month. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll follow with the weather. And do you have a deadline for contest entry dates?
No, because I don't know. I'm gonna watch the trichones with the magnifying glass and see how they look. And it's either that or the weather's it didn't get finished, and I'll pull it if the weather gets nasty, right?
Right.
But I'm gonna try to leave it in the ground as long as I can, based on the trichones. And as long as the weather cooperates, we're good. I talked to one fellow about it who knows all about the strain.
Yeah.
And he says, I hope it finishes for you. I said, so do I.
Yeah. It's kind of harsh. And I know there's ways to force them into finishing when we have to harvest early. You just never get quite the same bud, right?
I want to do it all naturally. It's all natural. It's all organic fed. It's all being fed rain, water, the whole bit. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, once again, thank you. And thank you for listening and tuning in today. Please share with your friends, like, comment, send your suggestions. You can reach us here at thepaceradio.net. And I don't think there's anything else to share at this particular point in time. So with that, I'm just going to head to our sponsors to sign off. And we'll see you here tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Pace Radio Network, by patients, for patients, and for those who want to know.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
Did you know that the Pace Radio Network isn't just a radio network? That's right, because most, but not all of our programming is now done via video and is then podcasted at paceradio.net. So if you want to watch our programming, you'll find us on the Pace Radio Network's Facebook page, plus the show's own page, and you'll find us live on the network's YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can find it all, video and audio, at paceradio.net.
BMA Hydroponics has everything you need to succeed. Visit our hydroponics superstore at 404 Maitland Drive in Belleville and we'll show you how to grow your own quality cannabis for pennies per gram. We're open Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Thursdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 613-967-9888. BMA Hydroponics. It's worth the drive. The only way to go.
Hi folks, Scott from stfattiesday.com here, and we're absolutely stoked to tell you about our brand new program called Pass the Peace Pipe and our partnership with Legacy 420 out of Tyne-Danega. We are absolutely proud to be partners with these people. They are an amazing group that have helped so many people with their amazing cannabis medicinal products. And we are working together to gather funds to build the first ever Indigenous specific opioid addiction center here in the Bay of Quinte area on Tyne-Danegan land. So we need your help. We need you to repost this video and go to our GoFundMe campaign, because on this October 17th, St. Fatty's Day, we are going to be starting the campaign where we pass the peace pipe from one side of the country to another to unite our country, to gather awareness, but most importantly funds to build opioid addiction centers across the nation, one build at a time.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.